You don't wanna never count yourself out, make it a great one. Just be sure to leave out the doubt, time to wake up.
Hi, I'm Harrison Tash, author and illustrator of Exit Without Leaving. On this video today, I'm going to help you learn how to diagnose your business and learn where to put your effort once you do. So there are three broad buckets to help you diagnose the problems in your company. Let's take a look at each one individually. First, there's sales. Now I know what you're thinking. Sales, okay, great. I mean, yes, we need more sales, but it actually captures so much more than that. First, there's lead generation, marketing consistency, sales process, pricing strategy, owner reliant selling, customer acquisition costs, and then there's market positioning. Now, I don't want to go into all of those, but if you think about it, the bucket of sales is so large. And so when we're thinking about why this matters, we have to understand that you can't scale without predictable, repeatable revenue coming in at the cost that allows you to actually make a net profit. And so if you're struggling in this area, here are some things that you can review. You can review your product first, right? A product or service. Is it serving your target customer? A lot of people add on services over the years and then they find out that the target customer is still really apt to do this one service or they like this one product, but yet we put in so much time expenditure into all these other areas. Here's another thing you can do. Review what you're competing for. A lot of businesses that we work with will actually compete on price. And the problem with that is that if you're gonna compete on price against some of these big corporations, you're gonna have to really buckle in and make sure you got a lot of cash reserve in order to do it. So what you might wanna do is start looking at how do we become so unique and we know exactly what our customers value, that we pinpoint those values and we align them and we become the unique option that satisfies their needs. Sometimes your corporations cannot do that as well as the small businesses. I would actually argue that most of the time you can figure that out faster than they can because you're more nimble. Here's another idea. Review how people know about you, like your marketing. Right? Do they know your brand? Does it align with your target audience? Review our foundational four. It's within our 8 to Great framework. If you want more resources on that, it's in the show notes. But essentially, what are the things that make you unique and attract the right people, not just customers, but also your employees? And the foundational four will actually help you do that faster and grow this unique business that can compete, but not at the bottom dollar with the corporations. All right, so the next bucket is people. So here's what this includes when we talk about people. Talent and leadership, right? It falls into both those. It's hiring, retention, leadership development, delegation, accountability, culture. It's also the right people in the right seats. You might have the right people in your company, but maybe they're not doing the thing that is considered their God-given skills and talents or what they're motivated for. So doing personality assessments and then also having those like deep conversations to say what motivates you and how can we live that out in our organization. And this is why it matters. You can't grow beyond the capability or the capacity of your team. And so if you've ever found yourself at the end of the day hitting your head against the wall because you don't feel like you have the right people helping you get there, that's a problem. We got to figure out how to develop the people that you have or find the right people to help you grow your business. Now, I know this is something that like you're probably thinking, oh yeah, of course, I need the right people. I need sales. If you struggle in this, let me give you some ideas to help you move past it. First, review your leadership. Most problems in your business probably surface somewhere in the middle, but rarely is that where they start. It's always going to start at the top and it trickles down. And so if you do have one problem employee who's boots in the ground, maybe it's because your leadership allows it, or maybe it's because they avoid it. Even worse, are your leaders competent? Do they embrace people development? Like, do they truly want to develop other people? Because here's the trick. As you grow, you need your leaders to multiply themselves. That's essentially as simple as it gets. And do they hold themselves and others accountable like we stated earlier? Here's another thing. You need to review the retention of your employees. Why would or has someone left your company? Is it the pay, culture, or is it your competition has something that you don't? Sometimes there's things that we can't provide that other competition can, such as amazing health insurance because they have thousands of employees while you have hundreds or tens of employees. But if you think about that, you can still compete in other ways. Oftentimes that might be higher pay, that might be more flexibility, They are ways that you can compete for your people to figure out what they truly want and why they will stay with you and not go somewhere else. All right, so the third bucket is efficiency. So this is like systems, operations, tactical, technology-driven stuff, processes and SOPs, project management, financial clarity, operational bottlenecks, profit margins, better counts of payable and better counts of receivables, delivery quality. And this is why efficiency matters. If operations break when you grow, you stop growing. And so systems is this piece that keeps us together and allows us to continue to scale our businesses. I've seen a lot of companies over the years make it to 10, $20 million and still lack systems. And what happens eventually is it starts to erode the foundation of their business and they can't operate at higher capacities. On the flip side, I've seen really good small businesses, ones with less than 50 people operating at $5 to $10 million, be able to create these amazing processes. And what I've seen is that when they hit those growth spurts, they're ready to grow in a consistent way. But here's what you can do if you struggle in this area. First, review your systems, or in other words, technology. If you think of systems as the vehicle, think of processes as all the components of a vehicle. And so you need to see how well your processes connect to your systems. Another thing you can do is review your processes and audit if the team is using them or if they just go all cowboy on you every time they go to do something. We obviously know we want to give autonomy to our leaders, but we still need a foundation of processes that keep things consistent. And so it's important that your leadership adopts that and understands what can and cannot be autonomous when it comes to those last minute decisions or how they operate within their departments. And here's the key. A lack of accountability is one of the biggest indirect costs I see in a company today. And so if your leaders can't hold themselves accountable or hold others accountable, we've got big problems and your systems will pay for it. So you have sales, you have efficiency, you have people. These three buckets are broad enough to be simple, but specific enough to diagnose real problems. Every constraint in your business falls under one of these. If you think of salespeople efficiency, it's basically revenue, capacity, and systems. So here's the challenge for you today. Go and audit your business and see which area has the biggest roadblocks for you. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Contact us at connect@consultlivingwater.com if you want more resources just like this. And email us opt-in and get free access to our online community. And you can have free access to some coaching calls with us. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.
Meet Bob. Bob buys, exit without leaving. And that's it. No action, no change. Just another dusty book in the graveyard of good intentions. Bob's business didn't exit. It just left. Now meet Jason. Same book, different story. Instead of using it as a paperweight, he tries the ideas. Wild concept, right? He tailors the principles, teaches his team, and suddenly, boom, growth, freedom, a business that finally works, without him working 24/7. Exit without leaving. Not just another business book, the one you actually use. Don't be Bob. Pre-order now. Build healthy leaders. Don't be Bob.